Hello there, everyone. I'm Ashley Eckstein. Most of you may know me as the voice of Ahsoka Tano and also the founder of WHOniverse. And this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hey, what's going on here? Hey, it's me, Sasuke. Hey.
Oh my God. What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Pet alert, Mr. Pet alert.
We're back up again. That's fine. Cover it up.
Hello there. It's your boy, Tasty Cake. And no, it is not an episode of Tasty Talk, Tasty Conversations, or even Spill the Geek Tea, even though most of us are part of the group. Essentially, everyone was on the show before. But, however, welcome to the new episode, the next episode, the current episode of The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Super chats and super things. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to take another bite of pizza.
Are you really eating in front of everybody?
Hello, Rose, my dear.
Oh,
hello, good afternoon.
God.
And, of course, my producer, Grego of the Timescales. Hello. Waiting for Katy to pop in. What? Until then.
We didn't have... No, yeah. You're right, Dan. It's always technical difficulties. When are you going to put out another episode, dude?
It's all the jibber jabber. That's all it is. Technical jibber jabber. So, speaking of technical jibber jabber, because our showrunner and producer had issues with his Windows 11, I keep telling you people that. Windows 11.
It's an evil thing.
Evil!
Yep.
Speaking of...
Come on out. Yeah, here we go. Speaking of evil things, there you go. There's your segue, whatever the hell they want to call it these days. Segue. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, as we are going to be reviewing the Three Doctors. That episode way back when, because we are celebrating the anniversary month of Doctor. How old is Doctor Who going to be now? I forgot. It's like 60 something.
Add 2.
Is it 62? That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
1963.
So, happy birthday, Doctor Who. When we get closer to the 20, I think it's the 23rd of November, it will be the 62nd birthday, according to Tom, of Doctor Who. So we'll be reviewing this particular episode tonight. Thank you, Timescales. Yep, 62. You guys are disgusting. Anyway.
I should bring in the Mark segue, because it was Mark, the Candyman, who talked about it on Spill the Geek Tea. Now everything is freaking hot
right there. There's Mark.
Hey guys, just going to say, remember the 5th of November.
Yes.
And so if you guys don't know what remember the 5th of November.
Guy Fawkes
Night is tomorrow, or within about 20 minutes from today, 5th of November.
Okay.
So for anyone who's celebrating Guy Fawkes Nights tomorrow, or Bonfire Night as it's normally called, be safe and have a good time. Yep, it was my idea to decide to put honey on barbecue pizzas. And looks like it's now we're going crazy out in the US. I have no idea why, but honey on barbecue pizzas.
You started this nonsense, didn't you?
I started this nonsense. Oh. Yeah, and talking about nonsense, who else have we got in?
That's great. That's great. That's just great.
That.
You know what? Just for that, I'm just going to throw him in. There you go. There's Nick's man.
That would have been the perfect segue, but
that's right. Pause. Do you put honey on your pizza, sir?
No, but I'm wondering what Mark could suggest next. Because you know it's going to become a trend.
He's just going through his cabinets in his kitchen, going like,
Yeah.
let's try ketchup this week. Let's try this.
No.
Ginger nuts and fries. How about ginger nuts and fries?
Oh, it can't be worse than custard or fish fingers.
Has anybody even tried that as of yet? Is that a thing yet?
It is now.
In the UK, I know people have tried it. I don't like fish, so I know I'm not going to try it. But I'm still waiting for the Kitchen Killers ranch sauce to come out.
Oh, God, yeah. If you want to get some Kitchen Killer barbecue sauce, unfortunately, we won't be able to distribute it over to the Makers Fair this coming weekend, and we'll explain what's going on this weekend with the Daleks of Florida. But if you want to get yourself a bottle of Kitchen Killers, we're still waiting for the Voodoo Chef to make it. He said he's going to make his own bottle, so... otherwise, right now we just don't have any. They were all sold out at all 3 conventions. I'm like, God dang it. So, but you can write over to right now to Billy over at the Kitchen Killers at kitchenkillers@gmail.com. Don't forget to use the word TARDIS to get 10% off your barbecue sauce.
Blame it on the Daleks.
I blame it on everything.
Yeah.
I agree with Dan. I'm blaming
it on these guys that look like giant turds, whatever the heck they are. So,
love those gel gods. Yes, I feel safer already seeing them.
They all fail. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah, go Linux. Best way.
So the Voodoo Chef has got to bury his jars in a graveyard.
Listen. He did not know that we were going to sell out. He was like, he even told Billy, he was going like, I rarely sell these things, not as much as you guys do. And it's just like, I take 2 cases, went to a convention, boom, sold out. And then I sold out another. Space Coast Comic-Con, Ancient City, and there was another convention in between that I'm trying to think of, but they weren't expecting us to sell out.
Must be
at
yummy.
all. So, yeah, it is very tasty. But I'm not going to spend a whole day explaining that on this show.
What exactly goes in there?
Exactly. Tom, you want to bring in the gadge? God, are you just going to eat? Are you going to eat during the show?
Can you pass some of that down to me, please? Because it looks really good.
See, this is what happens on the Spill the Geek too. We just eat and talk at the same time. We're just passing this new tradition on to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
It's going to spill the geek tea and then eat it right on the
It's tea time.
Gadget, just give me a nod that you're ready. I'm going to hit the button. You ready? Okay. So, without further ado, I'll say it. Gadget with the Who Knew News. Here we go. Pickles and... What?
Not the only one eating.
Oh my God! What is this?
We were talking before the show. We were eating,
I
even got brownies.
Sam is baking brownies.
Don't make me go like if you don't have enough to share with the internet, you can't eat it in front of the internet.
Hey, pretty soon we'll have it where we can send it through the computer the way this is going and stuff. No, I'm just laughing because I saw your face when what I posted about pickles and hot cocoa. You said the weirdest combination. I actually like pickles and hot cocoa mixed together.
On a pizza or just together?
Just together, like dunking pickles into hot cocoa. Because thank you to my wonderful cousin who was pregnant babysitting me when I was like 3.
Friend Gary over at Nerdrotic, he actually likes pineapple on a pizza, and I know that's causing some war. I mean, like, I know Italians are going like, who thought that? I mean, it's just like, it's one of those things you just go in the fridge and that's all there is to it.
I'm half Italian. No pineapple on pizza.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll make you the azapolas. I will make you anything, but no pineapple on pizza.
What about honey?
I've worked in a restaurant where we had honey barbecue wings and all that stuff when I worked at the Candlelight Inn in Scarsdale. Shout out to them and everything. Cash and carry guys. And no sneaking in things in Sprite bottles because we caught a few of the kids sneaking in some vodka and everything. So they hated me and all that. But we have some cool birthdays because turns out we have a Halloween birthday and 2 the day before Halloween. But let's start with one of the best birthdays, the Fonz. He's actually October 30th, day before Halloween. Cannot believe he's 80 years old, and he's also a fellow dyslexic. He was diagnosed in his 30s and has been one of the trailblazers that has been fighting for everything. He even puts out children's books to help kids learn to read without the words moving on the page, because that's one of the situations we have as being dyslexic. Sometimes the words on the page move, and it makes it hard for us to concentrate and everything. And he's basically been fighting to get it recognized the same way people have been fighting to get autism recognized, because it's just one of those. He also has spoken about his struggles with imposter syndrome and psychic pain after Happy Days ended, and he was faced with typecasting and everything. So there's a lot of things under his belt that he has been literally dealing with and stuff, and speaking up. And I suggest a lot of people like him speak up, because unless you'll stay quiet, you won't be heard, and nothing will change. So happy birthday to the Fonz, who is speaking up for kids and adults and not to be typecast anymore and everything.
This is the man that actually literally jumped the shark that started it all. So
Womp
womp womp. Exactly.
And then all of us, since speaking of, it's chocolate brownies, we can switch over to now where we have an Oompa Loompa of joy and everything with Rusty Goff, if I'm saying it right.
Yep, you got it right.
77 years old today, same day as Henry and stuff. He's been in Willy Wonka, Red Claws.
Hello, Anna. Yeah, we all snack like Coloradian. You're not wrong.
That's bolder of you,
no
Anna.
lies.
Well, again, he's more famous for being in Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, but he's also been in the show called Stupid, Fred Claus, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Flash Gordon, and believe it or not, History of the World Part 1, which Mel Brooks is getting popular again, remember, and everything, because we have now Spaceballs 2 coming out. Hopefully, maybe we'll see him in that one. Who knows, and everything and stuff. But happy 77th birthday to Rusty. And then this explains a lot. Our Halloween birthday, Rob Schneider. He turned 62 years old. He probably has that devilish grin. That's where he gets it from. And everything, but he's been in 51st Dates with Adam Sandler. He's been in The Hot Chick. He's been in Grown Ups, but he's more known for Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, or The Animal, if you're into like very raunchy comedies and stuff. But basically, he's like a kid at heart and everything, but it does explain it that, Halloween birthdays, they're a little warped and everything.
Nice.
But he is fun. And if you have your old Saturday Night Live days and stuff, check them out too, because he's one to watch.
He's making cupcakes.
You can do it, right? Like he said in Little Nicky.
Well, he also said that in now
which one?
More 2.
Yeah.
He says the line. I think Adam Sandler says I popped him a couple million just so he could say the line. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, Adam Sandler, if you're going to pop in a couple million for me to say, I will say whatever the hell you want. That's all I'm saying.
Ozzy, you can do it.
I love when he said that. That's the funniest part, especially with Ozzy, when he said with Ozzy, you can do it, Ozzy. Yeah.
You can do it, Ozzy.
Mm-hmm. So that was like one of the best. That's why he's perfect for having a Halloween birthday and stuff. And then my birthday was the day after and everything.
Yeah, happy birthday, Gadget.
Happy birthday, Gadget.
Yeah, I still don't look like I'm 49, do I? Everybody, I don't age. I really do not age. And I got a compliment from one of the kids in the building who we did our 20th anniversary, and they're like, you don't look old enough and everything. And I was like, okay.
That's what the New York water does after a while.
Mm-hmm.
So
or stress and everything.
There you go.
Or the good genes and everything from Italy, because we used to get the water from Ischia, and they said there was like a youthful thing from the water and stuff. So who knows?
Thank you, Sydney Sweeney.
Mm-hmm. But now we're speaking of water and everything, like Fountain of Youth type. We have to talk about one thing: the war between the land and the sea. And this is where it gets cumbersome. As you know, Disney has severed ties with Doctor Who and everything, and the BBC right now, and Bad Wolf and whatever and everything, because of funding and not political things, as many of you have been talking about, because you are missing the point of why it was let go. So Disney is going to honor the contract for the land and the sea and put it out in 2026 January on Disney Plus. But UK, you spoke up and you get it in December of 2025 on BBC One and BBC iPlayer. So you'll be seeing the land between the war and the sea right before the rest of the world does and everything. So you get at least a month ahead of time to catch up on the 5-part series, which is technically not fair because you'll know the ending before we do, unless we all pirate it. We don't condone piracy, but you know, you never know and everything, because like I said, Disney left with Doctor Who and the BBC as part of financial concerns, leadership and strategy, underperforming viewership, controversial, yes, content because of everything. But it's not only what they've been putting out right now. There were other controversies dealing with Doctor Who and everything. And the partnership, it was basically the numbers and the money, people. It wasn't put at a proper time. If it was at a proper time, it would be good. We didn't know the premise behind it and everything, but they are honoring the land and sea for now. And after that, we wait for the Christmas special in 2026 with BBC, where it's going to land here internationally. And then it's up in the air. So speak up and actually do your homework, because if I hear one more story misquoting what happened in this meeting, why Doctor Who is not on Disney Plus anymore, I am going to be very upset, because I had to sit in on those meetings. So please get your story straight, other news outlets, because that's the one thing about Legend of Traveling TARDIS. We try our best to get the right story out there for you. And right now we want the land and sea to succeed, so that maybe Disney might decide later to say, I'm sorry and stuff, but I highly doubt it that Doctor Who will be returning there. So get your TVs, iPlayers, and everything ready, because we don't know where it's going to land after January of 2026.
I think, and this is just my opinion, Gadget, on this one, I think the whole reason why the war between the land and the sea is not getting as much attention is because I think the experiment didn't do too well the first those 2 seasons. I mean, we had a big experiment, and for people who are going like, it was a success, it was great, I'm like, you are really climbing up a hill that I can't follow you on.
They got the timing wrong for Doctor Who. They got the days wrong and everything. They could have done this in a different way, because they did test it once before with on Disney Plus and all these other sites and everything, and it worked and everything. This time it just tanked. I think the money cost, because Disney was putting half of the money in with the BBC, and it was just too much.
Well, I think in my opinion, it was. I'm putting all this pretty much on RTD. That's my opinion on this. I think he had a chance, and it was great. He got Bad Wolf involved. Sony bought Bad Wolf. Disney Plus came in, and normally, had you asked me 10 years ago about Disney being involved with Doctor Who at all, I've been excited. This time around, I wasn't excited at all. And I was like, okay, I feel like we're going to watch a train wreck, and it did. And I was just like, the stories were horrible.
When I tell you guys that the stories felt like the 10th stories, like it was Martha and Tennant, like I kept saying, why am I seeing the stories rehash themselves from Martha and Tennant and everything? Because it sounded too familiar. So I don't know if he ran out of ideas or he just updated the season with Martha and David Tennant,
Well, at this point, there's like so many speculations as to where things gone awry, because I've said this in other podcasts, in my opinion, the RTD who brought it back in 2005 and the RTD who brought it into 2025 are not the same person, at least the way that they handled things. And it was, the stories were just way too slow. I think they were trying to attract an American audience, but they already had. I don't think they understood that with Doctor Who. I mean, back in the 70s, the 80s.
Yeah, PBS.
There were kids who were watching this on PBS.
I was watching. The one I saw was Sarah Jane with the dinosaur, the puppet. I thought, why is there a puppet on screen? That was my first one because it was PBS. I put it on, and they had like her going, there's a dinosaur and it's outside a window, and I'm like, what is this? You know? And they thought it was a kid's show for me, so they let me watch it. Right. You know?
If anybody wants to bring in their opinion, let me go ahead and just take down the screen for a minute. If anybody
because
else wants to
we ended the news with this, we're gonna find out because this is one of those things where I'm looking at the 3 Doctors that we're going to be reviewing versus what was seen, and I'm like, I found the 3 Doctors a little more interesting. Like there was more in the episode than there was in the 1 hour episode. Like the half hour had more things going on than that.
Well, let me bring up this picture because it is part of the Who Knew News, and we did a polling, and you can always do this on our YouTube channel. It's exclusive to our YouTube channel if you want to join in the poll. We asked people, how excited are you about the upcoming 2026 Christmas special?
Eesh.
That's how it balanced out. So, guys, do you have an opinion about why it balanced out this way? I mean, it's half and half, but
maybe you can say they wake up and it was all a dream.
Well, you could say that technically 55% have a little excitement to very excited, but overall, I mean, almost the majority of it not excited at all. I still feel, in my opinion, that it was Mouse Plus coming in and just the way RTD handled things that nobody wants to see. Every time I've seen posts about the 2026 Christmas special, everybody's begging, please don't have RTD write it. I mean, that's like I said, I'm just the messenger, and I have my opinion. But gentlemen, do you have any questions or what you think about?
Somebody get a screenshot. I'm cracking up behind here. That's why you don't see me.
I think my opinion is that Doctor Who is in its own making. It's like how do I say? It spanned from like we're doing the 10th anniversary review today. We've done 62 years of Doctor Who. It's gone across so many different generations. Are you going to try to please everyone? Or are you going to try to please a certain audience? If you try to please everyone, you technically alienate everyone. Mm-hmm. I think where the problem is. I think what you need to do is get back to basics, write good, deep stories. But the problem is that it's still got the same essence. It's a children's TV show. The problem is that the children's from the 1960s are no longer children. Okay. So are you aiming still as a kids program, or are you aiming it at a family program? And if you are aiming at a family program, then write the stories as you would write for a whole family. Not
well, they have CBBBs, is it coming out? The Doctor Who CBBBs cartoon. Yeah.
But
so is that going to be the family-oriented one, and then this is going to be more the adult version?
Well, we don't know because CBBS is actually under 5s. That's its target audience. It's nursery.
They also said that about Bluey.
Okay.
Called Bluey?
I'm not going to comment on that because it means a complete.
I got adults having Bluey birthday parties here for that TV show and everything. Right. That's what I'm saying. Is this going to be Bluey that comes out?
Okay, I'm not going to comment on that because it means a completely different thing.
I know.
Yeah,
Candyman, you could have a Bluey birthday.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I don't care what it is. Hot honey and ranch.
Okay, moving swiftly on. Tom, you can do our scores.
I just like the way Mark thinks. That's all. I mean, great minds think alike. Nick, what's your opinion on this? What do you think about
this show? Of course, I wanted it to do well. I wanted to see Doctor Who toys via Disney in Walmart on the shelves. That was my dream.
You only got a sonic screwdriver, right? Or a sonic whatever?
Not in Walmart. But RTD blew it for sure. He did, I feel, try and Americanize it too much. Too heavy on the special effects. I don't mind him aiming some of the episodes at kids. We need to get the next generation interested for this show to continue. And he understood that. But the big problem I had with these 2 seasons was there is so much lore and there is so much information. And, the first special started off with an info dump. So bad, we had David Tennant standing there explaining things to us. That's a real turn-off for me. Much better to jump into an adventure and let people figure it out.
Yeah.
With cheesy effects.
Yeah, I mean, Big Finish, they don't start every single story explaining who the Doctor is and who the companion is and what's happened before they get into an adventure, because they understand that some of the people watching or listening will already know what's happened. Some listening will be new. They take that into account, but they don't kind of bog everything down with all this lore. The Three Doctors does a great job of having the lore, but you don't have to be an expert, or you don't have to have it all explained to you. It's a nice balance. So I'm glad we're looking at that today.
Segue.
Yeah, nice segue.
Are you asking me for commercial break? That's your way of asking me for commercial break?
Yeah. Perfect segue.
Yeah.
All
On
right.
a segue.
Sense of boss.
Yeah, just go rev it up right now.
Yep. Let's go ahead and end the Who Knew News.
The revving up.
And since our special guest host is we're going to commercial break, we will return. Please continue to stay logged on, tuned in. We'll be right back. And please make sure you're supporting the sponsors we have out there, including some of the stuff that's coming up, because they take good care of us.
Are you a movie nerd? Do you collect VHS, DVDs, CDs, records, and so much more? Are you looking for clothing from 1940s to 2000s? Do you need cosplay or themed outfits? Come to Ducky's Vintage. We have it all for all budgets, located at the Oviedo Mall right off of the 417. Ducky's Vintage, for those born in the wrong decade.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one, or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Yeah, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now and unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you
I'm Sophia Miles, and this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
What are you doing, sir? What are you doing?
Catching up on my reading.
Oh, the commercials are over, dude.
What reading are you doing? Because I can go grab a.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
damn.
go.
Oh, damn.
Oh my.
Why?
Oh, you can't complain.
No, I can't complain. No.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, I still can't believe it's in the California Library.
Thank you to my producer, Grego.
Thank you, Grego.
Mm-hmm.
I still got to read Nev's other 3 books, but that's just Nev. Anyway, yes, dear. What?
Hey, you're running the show. Oh, okay.
So let's get to
the cheesiest episode I watched.
Really? I need some more cheese. Let's go to the
And-
rankings out of 10 TARDISes.
Call it Cheez-Its.
We'll send them cheesy movies, the worst we can find.
Hey, I had to go no name.
How much cheese?
Christian.
Yes, sir.
What do you rank this one?
7.5.
17.5. Okay.
17.5.
7 million.
Sure. Give me
7 million.5. Okay.
7 million.5. Yes.
The Candyman.
Do you want it in real matter or antimatter?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm going for 8.17 antimatter.
He's just trying to make me go first.
8.17.
I should change my number. Piss you off.
Nice.
Oh, I started these technical points stuff.
You know, I had to think a lot about this.
I'm still thinking about it.
8.
Just an 8.
You really, guys, you
Oh, my
really want me to go first.
Big fat 8.
Bastards.
He stole my number, 8.
So
Because I live in the
8.1
black hole. They say my apartment is the black hole, so I'm like, I was gonna put 8.
with Vincent and old Bob and Maximilian.
It's got to make the
You never
dusting
know what
easy.
to find when you get behind this curtain.
Or behind the green door.
Mm.
Anyway.
Tom, are
Gadget
we
dear,
giving you a
what's
rating,
your,
or
what's your
we-
number?
8. It was the same as Nick.
Which
He
mean
stole my
8.18 after Mark or before Mark? Or just
I don't know. I just know it was around that
I'm going
infinity
for-
number because of the universe.
So 8.88. Okay.
Yeah.
Angel numbers. And I'm still thinking about it, so I had to say it. So let's see. Should I be evil? And start with the high number or start with the low number?
Whatever you want. You are the host, sir.
Yeah. And Gadget will tell me anyway. Well, would you go first, Gadget? You or Christian?
Heads or tails?
Yes.
I like chasing.
Tails.
Anyway.
Head.
Okay.
Who picked head?
So head is
Who
Christian. Because he is the head of the show.
Why? Why? Why?
Yeah, well, you get it over and done with.
Why? That's what she said. Anyway, I gave it. I really think I'm actually lowballing this. I should say an 8, but I think what I'm looking at. Shut up. Did you really?
Did he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing with the
He found the new toy.
He found the new toy. Why I gave this 7.5. I think it's kind of unfair because I do love this. I mean, anytime this episode comes up, I'll watch it religiously. Almost all the multi doctors that I've seen, this, I will watch. I'll watch the 3, the 5, the 2, the 50th anniversary, Time Crash, all of them. But I think I'm basing this. And tell me if I'm wrong, Nick. Nick. I'm going to need your help, and Mark. I think I'm going to.
Oh, sure.
I think I'm basing my number based upon today.
Yeah.
If I were to rate this probably when it first premiered, or let alone the first time I saw it, I can definitely guarantee you my number would be way higher.
It would be higher, yeah.
But now that we've gone through 62 years, this being the 10th anniversary, I think that's why I rated a low number. Of course, yeah, it was a little cheesy, but it was fun. It was fun to watch these guys go after each other, especially John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton having those fine, what was it? Fancy Pants Scarecrow. Oh, that's the Fifth Doctor. Just these two going after each other. And I thought it was funny especially when the First Doctor would show up and they would respect him. It was like they had a respect for him, which was really odd. It was they were going after each other, but when the First Doctor came in, it was almost there was a sign of respect because he was the first. I don't know why I liked it, but I did. And I think it also gives the dynamic of how these three different personalities of the same person, the same alien getting together. It's so much fun. That's why, to have all these multiple doctors coming together, I like to see more. Because I like to see how different personalities of the same character would come together over and over again. And that's sometimes when I go to Big Finish, when I hear I see the 11th and 12th Doctor get together. What would their personalities like? There was a fan made episode of the 9th and the 12th. Can you see those two get together? It was 9 and 12 getting together. It was a fan made episode, and I wish I knew the title, but it was just, I do love the multiple doctors, and that's why I think those episodes will rank higher for me, because I love to see those personalities. As far as story wise is concerned, it was kind of fun. I do have for God's sake, booger monsters. We're talking like
lipomas.
Exactly, space babies. And here come the first booger monsters ever in the series. and I meant, but I was growing up as a kid, Nick. I meant these were terrifying creatures to me. I'm laughing at them today. You can see where they, their heads went in and stuff like that. But when growing up, it was fun. It's a great episode. It brings in another Time Lord, Omega, which we see for the very first time. We bring him into the mixture, so that these three are fighting, the Time Lord that started it all, the guy who established time travel, and he's kind of become a bitter bad guy because he's in this, universe, and he's trying to get revenge back on the Time Lords that left him exiled there. So I thought that was a really cool story. As far as everything else, bringing in Unit, bringing in the Brigadier, bringing in Sergeant Benton, you had Joe Grant. I mean, this was a fun episode for its time. I think, like I said, I'm being unfair to drop the number down because I'm going based upon 62 years of 800 episodes out there, and that slowly falls to the wayside. I think it was when you guys had. We had a different group back then, but when the team, my favorite episode of Big Finish is the Holy Terror. Yes. And a majority of my friends, were giving it high marks, but a couple of them just said no. And they openly said that they were basing it at that point, because there's been over a decade of Big Finish. And it's not to be unfair to this. This is one of, the preambles, the start kits for all the, paved the way for Big Finish. It's really hard to, to go, well, it was an episode for its time. But unlike any other episode back in the 70s and 80s, they were episodes of their time, and it would look really different. I would love to see how this would have played out today with, I know people are a little bit hesitant about AI and special effects and stuff. But I would love to see if these guys were still around, what it would look like today, and what the
technology can with AI. They'll just put them in.
Yeah, they could. They could put it in there. But I mean, if anybody understands the concept of ship of Theseus,
yes.
Do you know what I mean by that? If you put AI in, is it still the ship of Theseus? Does that make sense?
I've never heard that.
Then you have two ships. You got the original ship and you've got the AI ship.
Exactly. The ship of Theseus is meaning that The ship, when you take out the planet, when they get busted, when the ship gets old, is it still the ship of Theseus? Is it still the original concept of the ship, or is it a different ship altogether? And I think they're both the same ship. So if you went in there and started AIing this stuff, and like when they were putting out the Blu-rays and they started CGI became the big thing, and they were CGIing the TARDIS and stuff. Is it still the same concept? Or are we looking at something completely different? If we were to AI this, if we were, I remember the one scene where Omega's mask lifts up too far and you can see the guy's head when he's doing that little angry bit. I don't know if I wish I could find out, but
that's what I saw when I was watching. Okay, that makes sense.
Well, he's supposed to be not in there, but if there's one scene where he's getting angry, he's supposed to be completely dissolved by by anti-time. I think, is it anti-time?
Yeah.
And one scene, he's getting so pissed, his mask lifts up for just a brief second, and you can see his face being covered. And it's just like, oh my god. But all hail the great penguin, of course. So I love this episode. It will be an episode that I forever will watch if I ever see it over and over again. I'm really not giving it the justice that it deserves by hitting it with 7.5. But again, I'm basing this upon Doctor Who lineage going all the way back from times before up until 2025, and things have changed dramatically. The script was kind of hokey, and as Gadget put it, it was a little cheesy, but that's what we expect from Doctor Who, and it was fun. It was really fun to watch Pertwee and Hartnell and Troughton go after it, and it was just a great time all around.
So, Christian, when you're talking about Theseus ship, are you talking about the same principle as Trigger's broom?
Yeah, I had an handle and I had a brush.
Yes, it was that was explained by Pertwee, wasn't? I mean, by Capaldi in the in Deep Breath. Yeah. So
Deep Breath too. Yeah, for sure.
So
we know it's Trigger's broom over in the UK.
But I'm just saying, when they do these updates and these upgrades and move over to AI, do we really do it justice? Or we just...
It just bothers my eyes because it looks too smooth.
That's the problem, isn't it? Are we getting too slick? And with everything going on with AI videos, like, can you tell it's real? Is it not real? Is it fake? Is it not fake? You know what I mean? And it's getting harder and harder as time goes on. I reckon in about 5 years' time, we cannot tell the difference between what is real and what is fake.
And that scares me.
That is scary.
But I perfectly agree with everything you're saying, Christian. I think if you're comparing it to today's standards, I can see why you gave it a 7.5, because the bubble wrap monsters just from Osa Depot does not look great. And some of the special effects of a green screen and stuff, you can see it really badly. But if it did, the story aside, if it was made today with today's special effects, will it be the same story? We don't know. Will it be improvement? It may be. It will make it worse. We don't know. No one's done it. But on the whole, I think you're right to say, if you're comparing it when you're today's standards, yes, it is a little bit hokey. I perfectly agree with you.
The hokiness is charming. So if we remade it today with better effects, it would not have that charm. The acting would be more realistic, but would it be as charming? No.
And Nick should continue on that because Nick gave it an 8.
I did give it an 8. Yeah, there's so much to love about this. I'm sure Candyman's too young to remember this, but when I was a kid, there was the 5 Faces of Doctor Who. So they repeated a bunch of stories back in 1981. We'd had Tom Baker for so long, we needed reminding that there are other Doctors. So we had a story from the first, second, third. Actually, we had 2 from the third. They showed the 3 Doctors. And aside from Target novels, this is my first kind of in the flesh experience of John Pertwee. And he was amazing. And I got to see Patrick Troughton in color. and he was amazing. So really, it's special to me for that reason, but also I was aware even then it was a celebration. 10 years of the show. How many TV shows can we think of that last that long? You know, TV is very ephemeral. These days, we're lucky if we get 1 or 2 seasons. Back then, 10 was a lot. And they were like, woohoo, we're still going. So there's that sense of celebration all the way through the story, down to the colorful sets. You know, you've got Omega's palace is all glitter and bright bubble wrap, and it's just so much fun. It's almost like a Christmas wonderland, as if it was created by a maniac. And we've also got those gel guards. The thing I like about them most is the sound that they make. That always tickles me. So I'm seeing the Doctors,
Scary that you can do that.
Brigadier. I'm seeing, these unit characters. I'm seeing Joe Grant. It was definitely that sense of an ensemble that helps make the story work as well. The reason why I didn't give it 10 out of 10, well, we do have the dodgy effects. We've got Omega shouting a lot. There are some great twists and turns in this story, but Omega does like to shout. And that, come on, you can do more than shout. You're Omega, for heaven's sake. The twists, amazing. No face, what a great end to an episode. The twist that he's kind of trapped. He's created this world he can't get out of. I thought the script was very well considered. But yeah, there's some issues. It is dated. I believe the poacher at the end is sexist. He says, get the dinner on, woman, or something like that. So it's not perfect. But when I was a kid, it was perfect. And in a way, in its own little Christmas present kind of way, it's perfect. There we go. That's all I got.
Let's see.
Oh, Nick, you've been asked to do that sound again.
Oh,
Greg said ask you to sound again.
You mean like the sound a Jelgar makes? Like,
yeah. It's scary he can do that.
I've just watched it too many times. That's my problem.
We need to record that and play it back on a loop.
Oh, I don't think anyone heard that. And that's not
a unpaid intern.
Make that a short. Just have it on rewind.
I tell you, I had my kind of window open last night. I was working late till about midnight, and I heard this outside. It sounded like a guy was right outside my window going, bah! And I'm like, what is that? I looked out the window, and it was a deer talking to me. And it moved away, saying,
Did you have no eyes?
I did not see its eyes. It was too dark. But
you had no idea.
That leads straight to the candy man right there. Hey, Rosie.
You need to lay off that sugar, candy man.
I thought sheep burping in England when I was out there was bad. That's scary.
And guess what? There's a deer with no eyes and no legs, and I still ain't got no idea.
Huh?
So
wait, what?
Well, I gave it an 8.17 antimatter. I actually enjoyed this storyline, maybe because it's got unit in it. Somehow I have this little secret passion for unit. I don't know what made that so. I am going to agree with Christian. It is dated. The special effects, very dated. The use of green screen, the use of overlays, and the bubble wrap monsters don't look as scary as they did probably in 1973. But I love the colours of the Time Lord capes in this one. The nice blue curtains you'll probably see that your nan might have had in the 70s. And also the, how do I say, introducing to the time matrix and stuff like that. And basically the Time Lords arguing about the principle of time. You can't pull out the same Time Lord out of a certain time to meet himself. That's going against our our golden rules of Guardians of Time, and loving the thing between Pertwee and Troughton with the things. I'm with you, Christian. I love seeing multi-Doctor episodes. Love to see the personalities, how they work, how they basically going through each other. And okay, I must admit, Troughton did get a little bit annoyed when you kept on going on about his little recorder. That did start getting annoying on me. Yeah, the little recorder.
Yeah, that thing's somewhere in my house too.
But on the whole, I think the Three Doctors definitely scores a high 10. It's good to see the original Unit HQ, which is quite ironically, and here's a spoiler alert. That was supposed to be this, what you see in the Three Doctors was actually what you see in Ghostlight. Dun dun dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Because Ghostlight is basically filmed on the same site in the storyline of where Unit HQ was. Yep. The uniforms of Unit, classic British Army. Everything's down to a tip. I do like the Third Doctor's console room with a TV, and bringing the First Doctor. Basically, at this time, William Hartnell was too ill to actually do any scenes, so they had to basically sit him in a room on a chair and basically feed lines to him, which works really well as a TV. But yeah, they literally honoured William Hartnell as being the First Doctor, because without the First Doctor, none of this would have happened. 10 years of his story, 10 years of Doctor Who anniversary, meeting Three Doctors all in colour. I love the Brigadier when he's trying to get his head around which Doctor is the right Doctor. And you got John Levene as being Sergeant Benton, sort of knowing what's going on, but trying to explain to the Brigadier, who Brigadier has no clue what's happening. Awesome dynamics. I think the dynamics between each of the characters works really well in this. Apart from the gamekeeper, who's a little bit not all there, or just very, very much a working man's attitude. It was, again, a little bit dated to today's standards, but on the whole, love the scenes. I think what I would have done is probably the quarry scenes may give it a different type of color tint to it to make it sure that it was like a different planet rather than just a quarry on Earth. Like, I think the Brigadier said, "Oh, it's sand out there. I'm sure we're in Chroma."
I'm glad you mentioned that line. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. So it's a very, very much quite a good thing. And also, like, bringing the half a set from the set to a quarry in the middle of Hertfordshire must have been quite good. I think it was really good. And that's why I gave it an 8.17 antimatter. Because not that I'm anti against it. I think it was just a very, very good, and this is all a good thing. I just wish that some of the special effects were slightly updated, but as we discussed earlier on, if we did update it, like Nick said, it might lose its charm. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Can't
remember.
Oh, he has a green one.
No, Tom. No,
because of
no.
Mine is buried somewhere in storage because they tortured us in Catholic school with that damn recorder.
Every school in England.
Yeah. No.
America more. Here too. Everybody.
Put that thing away.
I got green because
If I could find my Irish flute, that's somewhere else.
Every elementary school started with the recorder, and it's like they should have never given us that. It's almost like giving
Mary had a little lamb.
Toy, a noisy,
I have my Irish flute too
toy.
that my granddad gave me, and I'm like, no.
It was a tribute to the one we lost.
Yeah, no.
That's why I got the green one. Gadget knows.
I got a witch.
It knows.
Boing.
Oh boy. No, see, my thing was I felt bad for the Brigadier. I was watching it as like my first time watching it fully because I had seen this in parts. So when you guys had mentioned it, I was like, why does it sound familiar? And then I remembered seeing him, Patrick Troughton, and everything in color, and him arguing about his flute being missing for half the episode and everything, and just
It's a
arguing.
recorder. Don't offend him. It's a recorder. Brigadier called it a flute, and he was just like,
recorder, Brigadier.
And like I said, I was watching it, and I was like, okay, I love that they went back and forth from the live outside to the stage and everything, because that's what I used to like, where you would see the outside shots and everything. It was actually the countryside and all that, and then they come in and you can tell it's a stage, you know. And but it was funny was the way the other doctor or the scientist and everything, like he's saying, I see this, I see that, and I'm looking at these things like he's looking at X-rays of things that I'm like, what, and everything. And then the doctor's going like, well, this is light waves, and I'm like, how do you see light waves from X-rays and everything? And then I see the picture develop, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then this blob coming out of the thing attacking and just taking things as it grows, and it just takes a few, and then you get the Time Lords. Now I was laughing because I'm so confused, because when did the Time Lords actually stop existing? Because I know with Smith, they had to get the crack, get them out of that and everything and stuff and all that because of the Dalek War. So when exactly does this part take place? Because if we're talking Omega beginning time travel and everything, not realizing that it ate away at his soul, because that's what I was thinking it did, not only his mind but his soul and everything. When did it, like, this is was so confusing at first, but it also talks about like your ego, your id, your everything and stuff, because he considered himself high and mighty for creating this, but he felt that everyone abandoned him. Meanwhile, you've got them in awe over the fact that it's Omega, the creator of the Time Lords, and then you get to see the first Doctor, and they all try to mind meld and everything, and it just, I looked at Joe, and I said, I'm surprised Joe understood half of it. So she was like, they must have did that like mind meld thing, or I can't do it now, telepathic. Mm-hmm. And that's how they were. I missed that, seeing that in the series and stuff. But to me, it was cheesy, but more so like, I liked that it was full episodes. Like, this was funny as hell with the fight scene. It reminded me of Star Trek acting. It was like they're fighting, like they're just going back and forth, slow motion and everything, or pretending, you know, and stuff. But I know he's actually trained in judo and everything, right, in real life and stuff. So I was figuring he was going easy on the actor. But that other thing too with that actor, that I didn't know if that was originally what Omega looked like, because it looked like a fish from the sea and everything, like a Ming, lost between Ming from Flash Gordon and a fish and everything. So I was like, okay, where do we go from here? So that's what was confusing me, but it had more depth in it than the later episodes of everything, because it was like I could follow it, but it was more so I kept seeing Omega just break down. All he kept doing was just breaking down and mentally breaking down, and we found out later his body broke down and stuff. So his will was keeping him alive. That's why I don't understand why in the new series he was back when he already destroyed himself with his free will, because that's why the paradox happened where it collapsed the tunnel and everything. So it made it a black hole, like it was like, that's where I got confused, because it's like he should not have existed anymore and he turned into that.
Well, I don't know even how he got to turn into that. That is just
right. That's what I'm saying. When the black hole collapsed, did he turn into that, and it replaced his body?
I do have a picture from
dog. Then that happened.
Yeah, I got a picture of him in Arc in Infinity when he's posturing when he's
right. That's what I'm saying. I'm so confused because if it's only free will that's keeping you there, what happens when free will is gone?
Well, he went through the Fifth Doctor, getting some of the Doctor's DNA,
right?
So forth. So that's why he was able to push it with the machine to give him solidarity. Oh, that's wrong.
Solidarity.
Yeah, it's wrong.
No, that's right, but just like he's going from this
solid
to this.
Oh my God, what is that? I've never seen that.
That's Omega 2.0.
Wait, I've never
this is
seen
Omega
that.
and Arc of Infinity. That's I forgot what that monster is to his left, but Omega.
Oh
is on
my
the right.
God! It reminds me
And
of
then
something.
he turns into
Oh.
this, and then he ends up looking like this. I'm
He
like,
looks like Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
Also, this scene I wanted to.
Yeah, that was weird. Like I said, it looks like Ming, a fish version of Ming from Flash Gordon that he was fighting.
I was thinking I didn't, and anybody can correct me on this. I thought later on, and this is a precursor to what ended up being the fight between him and Morbius. I thought that what was going on inside was this fight.
It is similar. Yeah,
it's fighting Omega's mental state. That's what I thought he was fighting. Omega's mental state.
He was. It was the dark side of his mind, according to Omega. But it was.
That's when I got lost after that because
That's how he pictured himself as this or maybe the Doctor pictured Omega as that dark entity. But nonetheless, it's like, I'm better than you. Look what you've done to me. This is all I am now.
He blamed the Time Lords too. He was blaming them for sending him and forgetting him.
Yeah.
Like, how much anger can you build up, inside yourself, and then to realize you disappeared, and that even made it worse. And then he would change color as he went to the light and everything. He would turn full red and everything, and then he would go back to gold, full red, then back to gold. And I was like, is that meaning your personality? Because even the Doctor said his personality is like unstable and everything.
Yeah, like a mood ring. I can see.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was at first.
Gallifreyan mood ring.
That's why I said it was very cheesy.
But yeah,
speaking of cheesy, Tom, you're up.
Mark said something first. Mark said first.
I was going to agree with Gadget. Like the mental state of Omega being abandoned by the rest of the Time Lords after he created the ability to time travel by doing this, manipulating basically a collapse of the star.
But he also collapsed his own mind when that collapsed too, and sealed it.
That's the problem. He literally caught himself in his own success and isolated himself.
That's why I couldn't understand when the Ronnie opens up and you get the Attack on Titan version, because there should not have been a seal on that. It should have been already closed off. That's why I was so confused when you guys kept saying like he was the 5th Doctor, he was this and everything, because I didn't get to see those episodes. I'm just catching up now.
There is an episode that kind of almost contradicts everything as far as current. I'm just like, why do we have this guy as Omega? And Ronnie coming up with, Ronnie comes up and uses Omega to try to repopulate the Time Lords, and I said the last thing that the Ronnie would do is repopulate the Time. She's on her own now, so she can do anything she wants. She doesn't have to answer to them. But I was just like, okay, whatever. That's
unless it's a paradoxal loop that she was trying to correct.
I have no idea.
Especially those 2 years of paradoxal loops that a mouse created.
But if you now compare this story about Ogamer's will and his own living will, imagine we go back to the 10th story with Martha when the Doctor becomes a little thing, and it was everyone's will, regenerating the Doctor. Now, you imagine this as everyone's from the Time Lords and everyone who knows the folklore of Ogamer, Omega, how you want to pronounce it, basically their will, Omega, whatever way it is.
It's called the whole thing off.
Basically, he just literally just amplified his will. Everyone basically
arrow right there,
and that's why he turned into a massive monster. If you like it or don't like it, that's your choice.
I just got also thought the cheesy part was the flute or the recorder because
Brigadier.
Because it was out of antimatter time or it was in matter time, and they tried to get him to take it, and they should have just thrown it and ran. I would have laughed harder at them just throwing it at him and running than him trying to take it.
I'll get you a dozen recorders.
1,000.
1,000 recorders.
Come on. All right, Tom, you're up.
Yeah, as far as we do know, because I was remember the 5th of November. Tomorrow will be an interesting day.
Or today.
It's also full moon. That's
You know.
another problem.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yes, Katy. Oh, Katy. So, without giving it a 10, I'll go with angel numbers 9.99.
Oh.
Because
okay.
Okay.
What are you up
I
there?
don't think of it based on the cheesiness, even though, well, it's always time for cheese. The story itself, it was bringing the doctors in. It's like, oh, it's fascinating. And there's Hartnell who could not participate. So, you're my replacements. A dandy and a clown. So, oh yeah, the number one. Yes. So the bringing back and forth is lethargic, but it was nice to see the doctors come together. So yeah, what about the others? So yeah, for me, it was an experience. It was cool. That's why I also like the next one we'll do next week. But for this, it was just, Time Lords with their fancy dress, which eventually changed over those gel guards. Reminds me, I need to get some acne cream.
They're lipomas.
Pop. So the second doctor came back. Oh, Sergeant. Oh, Sergeant Benton. Oh, nice. Brigadier. The idea of, okay, now we have the Time Lords and this engineer who created time travel itself and going through, through TARDIS Wiki, which Romana, who's on the beginning of the show, I think she may have left, talks about, I read what it said, Rassilon was supposed to be tried for murder of Rassilon, of Omega, but with politics, it's all hidden. But we have the idea of how did this start? And someone who, the only thing that's keeping him alive was his will. And it's like all that anger, all that hate, just to keep one alive, just to get revenge. I mean, it's quite understandable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to throw into, which I'm going to bring up the picture.
Yeah.
It is. Once you take down the picture, please.
Oh, you want me to take down the picture?
Oh, you take down for a moment.
I thought you wanted. Okay.
Oh,
Death World from Big Finish. Big Finish. Now, I did a review on this before. This was supposedly the original story they were going to use, but things come about. So so Big Finish released this on 2 CDs through BBC Studios. Oh, BBC Studios. How about them apples? And it was quite different. It was a quite different story.
Jamie's in it too?
Oh, yes. Jamie and
Jamie,
the
Joe.
Brigadier, Joe. The Doctor was dead to begin with, killed alongside his beloved Joe Grant in an explosion in the unit labs.
Oh,
The
no.
Time Lords are notorious the Time Lords are notoriously hard to kill. Because with the unit under siege, the Brigadier is rescued by 2 familiar faces. The Doctor he first encountered fighting the Yeti, and Jamie McCrimmon, with yet one more waiting in the wings. They're all pawns in a deadly game of chess, played by a being more powerful than any they've ever encountered before. And when you battle death himself, can anyone win? So I love this story. So
it says
and now they're
Michael
considering
did the
this as
voice.
the. I'm sorry. Dear?
I just saw it says Michael Troughton did the voice in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the son did the voice there.
Mhm.
Tim Treloar and of course Tim and John are spectacular. So
John
Fraser
Dorney's
did
a
not do
good
the voice
writer.
of. And when I did the review, Stephen did the voice of the first Doctor, and I was kind of critical because after years of listening to the Doctor, like say 10th Planet, emotions, love, hate, fear. Have you no emotions, sir? And I was a bit critical, and so Stephen replied to my thing. Well, I'm sorry you felt that way. I will try better next time.
Mm.
I had a voice actor make he was very nice man, make the comments. Oh my god! I always wonder if he subscribed to Tasty Cake or not. But
Should subscribe to Legend Traveling TARDIS too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. But Big Finish has stated that this was the original, and then it became the prequel. So everything that happened did not happen. and it would lead straight into the Three Doctors.
Wow.
But listen to Death World. It's like, you're dealing with death. All these things are happening. It's like, okay, so that I'll give the story a 10. But for the Three Doctors being, hokey in this, no, it's the story itself. If everything became CGI and this and that, just to say, well, reimagined, we're just fixing things here. You're not seeing people's heads. You're not seeing a hand pulling a cushion on a chair in Pyramid of Mars, things like that. Fine. It's the story itself, because when we listen to Big Finish, we're using our imagination. And we're just saying what this story was back in the day. Lucas had the same thing. So, okay, I have this idea for Star Wars, and then, well, let's go and we have digital now so we can fix it. And then comes the DVD. Oh, I'm not going to fix it again because this is my dream. Well, everyone's saying, well, this is not what we wanted. It's like, no, it's not what you wanted. This was his dream. He wanted to do all these things, but the money and the technology was not there. So,
but look what money and technology got us this year.
Yeah. But if you ask the original people, the authors, say, what would you have it like? Well, of course, read the books. Read the Target books. Use your imagination. Compare everything. That's where you have the books. You have the shows. You have the audios. You listen. You understand. You use your own mindset to create these things. I had another idea, and I completely wiped it from my brain. There's something about everything here, but a perfect example. The Beatles anthology #4 comes out later this month. When the first tracks, which were from John, and it were sound like he was recording on a tape recorder in the closet or in the bathtub, sounding from a distant way, so you can barely hear him say "Free as a bird." The two songs have been changed.
Didn't they mention the Beatles in this, or could she do whatever it was?
Yes, she says, and cuckoo, and as how'd you say that?
I am he and he is me, and we're all here together. Cuckoo.
Dugga doo.
Christian doesn't like it.
Nick, you're out of here.
I was waiting for a Dugga-doo this Halloween. Nobody dressed as a Dugga-doo.
I'm putting you on a 3-week timeout.
Because that's right. Her mom is what did she say? Oh yeah, it's Dugga-doo time. So for the story, I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
No,
the story, yes. The setting, that's the way it is. Just read the books. You've seen what it is. Read the books and use your own imagination. See what would you think would be better. But I still love the concept that the first time we have all the doctors at the time come together, and for this to be the prequel story. Well, oh my God, it was freaky, and it brings in Jamie. So if you can pick up Death World, then go back and watch or read the Three Doctors and give your own opinion. But I give it high hopes. I give it high. Then we go to the next story, which even more doctors and how they could fix that even more.
What's the next one again?
The 5 Doctors.
Oh, that one where we see Susan and Sarah and a boat.
5 comes after 3.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene from Shada, which we never got to see Shada. But I think we do now. I don't remember anymore. I had to ask Ian.
Is that bubble wrap behind you, Mark?
No, I'm just getting used to these gel monsters. So I'll see what
bubble wrap
to pop those bubbles.
I feel like you should just take your elbow and start hitting the wall every now. There you go.
I'm trying to do the Romana nose thing. Remember when Romana would do the nose thing to the doctor? That's what I was saying. When you did the 5 Doctors, like, oh, that's what I remember, the nose thing.
Tom, you ready for the chats?
Yep. Time to chat away.
Got it. Roger says I give it an 8 as well, since it was the first time the BBC did a multi-doctor series, and Joe Grant quoting a Beatles song when the 3rd Doctor was trying to explain how he regenerates to her. Timescales, I rate the host and production quality of 10/10. Let me get rid of that. Let me hide that real fast because I don't want his. Rose says, I think the 3 Doctors deserves 9 out of 10. The time scale says, I personally rate the 3 Doctors a 9 out of 10. Billy says, when the Doctor is trapped in a situation, it takes a lot of time before he or she frees themselves. Do they ever get back that time, that time back, or they just move on like nothing ever happened?
It's wibbly wobbly.
Yeah, I would say they
Move
move
along.
on.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Timescale says the Three Doctor audio novelization by Terrence Six is masterfully performed by Katy Manning. Okay. And we got a question from Jim. Question: if the Doctor was trapped in limbo in a glass container, how could he regenerate into the other Doctors?
The first Doctor on the little TV set.
Yeah, exactly.
They manipulated time.
He wasn't. He was pulled out of his time stream.
Yeah.
They were pulled out of their time streams at different points in their lives.
If you actually watch it, you actually see the first Doctor in his garden.
No, that was the 5 Doctors.
No, it's the same thing in the third Doctor. So
Yeah,
black
he's
and
just,
white.
remember, he'll keep them in order, and he's just standing there.
Oh, yes.
So
Black and
he
white.
has his garden.
I was trying to figure out how they pulled the second Doctor out from which part. That's where I was trying to figure out.
Well, I think the 50th anniversary also explains, Jim, the time winds that make them forget when they go back into their own time stream. Same thing with Time Crash, when you which is kind of weird because it contradicts itself. You'll remember this being here. it's like, so I will remember doing this to fix the TARDIS before it blows up. That's like,
yeah,
and that's why he aged. And that's why he aged in Time Crash.
Why he aged. So, Tom,
yes, and
let's go ahead and wrap her up, my friend.
No, I've
well,
got
that's the early one.
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap it up. I'm sorry with his puns tonight.
Everybody has puns tonight. Okay, so
well, wait, I just want to check one thing. Yeah, we're still at 90.5.
Oh yeah. I guess
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and make that announcement. I completely skipped that, but yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to check.
Everybody, here we are, 90,000 subscribers as of November the 2nd. 2 days ago, we hit.
Who's
that
buying my plane ticket or train ticket or whatever hotel?
You're walking, girl. You better get started now. It'll take you a month to get down here. So thank you so much for everybody who subscribed, who took the time out to subscribe with us. My goodness, I'd never even dreamt of that number. I would,
I am sorry, I lost the QR codes.
So yeah, at this moment we are at 90,500. Guys, if you can tell your friends, all your fellow Whovians out there, to subscribe, we will hopefully make the goal of 100K before the end of this year. So thank you all for everybody who is taking care of us, who's watched us, who's watched our shorts, who's watched our full-length episodes like this one, who just wanted, who met us at conventions and want to give us a shot. For the folks who just took their finger and took their time here on YouTube. And if you're watching somewhere else, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, go ahead and jump over after the episode and come on over and subscribe, because there'll be exclusive content coming. Where was that? Where was that?
What was it? Your stuff.
Pet alert.
Yeah, it was a pet alert.
There's a puppet.
Wait a minute. Really? Are we counting, Nick? What were you holding up, Nick? There you go. Great. Really? I think we just lost.
And I had him.
90,000. Yes.
And I had this one.
My mouse is just acting up now. Okay, there we go.
Aww.
Yeah, this was given by a certain person that I talked about on the Time Scale show. Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. There we go. Thank you.
So, Christian, where will the Traveling TARDIS be this weekend?
Oh my God! I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked, Mark. And my mouse is going completely. This weekend, if you haven't gotten tickets already and you're not you're in the area, what the heck have you been waiting for? November 8th and 9th at Makers Fair Orlando at the Central Florida Fairgrounds, makerfairorlando.com. The Daleks of Florida will be out there. And if you want to spend your time asking them about how you can have your own Dalek, they will be more than happy to answer your question. But don't forget, they were also having Robot Wars. I mean, if your kid is somebody who wants to build rockets, or just assemble something, or just be creative, this is the place to be. Again, this weekend, Makers Fair Orlando. Don't forget to purchase your tickets. You can do it online. I think they may have tickets at the door, but they might sell out. So if you're coming this weekend and you're in the Central Florida area, we'll see you then with the Daleks of Florida, and they will be out there all weekend. So thank you for that. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. And I will turn it over to Gadget. Where can people find you?
Well, since there are no more conventions per se, I will be stuck here in the Bronx. If anybody wants to help me clean an apartment, they're more than welcome. But if you see them in the neighborhood, get your picture with Squishy over there. And hopefully maybe if the universe blesses me with a way to pay my credit cards off, you might see me at MegaCon, because I still can't find work.
There you go. Candyman, where can people find you besides being wrapped up in
bubble wrap?
Don't pop it. Remember, do not pop the bubble wrap, or we will have a problem.
As you know, as I said earlier, right at the very beginning of the show, it's Bonfire Night tonight, Guy Fawkes night, 5th of November. You can find me at my Instagram account, which is cyborgt100_cosplay. And this Sunday coming, I know you guys don't do it, but it's Remembrance Sunday, or aka Poppy Day, which is normally on the 11th, but the Remembrance Sunday is either the closest Sunday to it.
It's like our Veterans Day.
Yeah.
No, it's similar to your Veterans Day. It's like for Fallen's
Memorial Day.
It's more like Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fallen soldiers rather than living ones, because Veteran Day is living soldiers. Is that right?
Yes. For those of you who are still around, thank you for your service wherever you are.
And Veterans Day is next week too.
Speaking of which, Nick, thank you for your service, sir.
I can be found all over the place. If you go to my website, Nick Smith Films, you can find me there. Or if you go to my YouTube, Nick Smith Films, you can find me there too. Tomorrow, I'm remembering the 5th of November. I have a book signing in Western New York. I'll be flogging these cat books, mystery books with cats in. This is book 3. Cat Who Stole the Cream.
Will it be fireworks?
Maybe do it. Hey, there we go. Yeah. So I'm doing the rounds. I'm doing an indie author fair in Buffalo in a couple of weeks. So there's a lot of interest in these books. I appreciate every good word people have said about it. If you haven't read them, check them out. Don't even have to like cats. Got dogs in it as well. But detective stories with cats in them.
Gotcha.
Speaking of cool cats, yes, you can catch my channel, hopefully, because please, I'm losing people. I don't care. But every Sunday, you catch us on Spill the Geek Tea. And I'm not going to say, still not confirmed yet about Sunday, but come Monday with a new show created by my producer, Grego of the Timescales. It's called Tea After Dark. It was originally just 2 episodes with Ian Levene being co-producer, but I liked it so much, I said I want to bring it back. So it'll be come Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be part 2, the interview of Gadget Pendragon.
Oh, wait, I hit the wrong button. There you
go. Hey, he got to see a lot of baby pictures.
And don't take her off.
Oh no, yeah, there's been a lot of controversy in this friggin' family right now.
Let me go ahead. I got one more comment. Judge of the Three Doctors, a fantastic story, quite underrated, but what they did to Omega was just unforgettable. It's great. Yeah. Creators of the character Bob Baker and
that's
Dave
why they
Martin
didn't do Injustice. Yeah.
Would not. I don't even begin. That will be a 2 to 3 part episode if I start going, what did they screw up with Omega? Yeah. All right, folks. Well, again, don't forget to check us out at Makers Fair this weekend at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. Thank you all. Thank you guys for coming out over here. And thank you again for getting us to 90,000. Help us get to 100,000.
And stay at 100,000.
This one will come over to MegaCon, hopefully. Without further ado, thank you all for joining us, and don't forget to say goodnight to Simon on the way out. I see a few of you already have. All right. You know what? Tom, you have the honors.
I'm just typing in goodnight, Simon, on the other page.
Oh, no. Tony, take us out.
So Tony, take us out.
Good night, Simon.
Night,
Good night,
Simon.
Simon.